I almost took my headset off because you were talking to me. And I was like, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
You can hear me now. I was just informing you very quickly before this started that on Friday, which is our first Disney weekend with our infant, we need to leave in the morning. It's not going to be an afternoon thing.
Why is that? I was kind of planning on working.
I know
this is news to me.
It is. It is news to you.
Like I mean, here's the thing. Okay, here's what's important about Fridays.
Okay.
Fridays typically don't have calls or meetings because it's a big work day for me.
Yeah, that's great. So it sounds like you don't have any calls or meetings.
No, because I also schedule my impromptu ones. And especially right now, if I have an investor that wants to talk.
I'm just telling you that apparently Mickey is available earlier. No, so I guess the parks close like at 6:00.
Well, yeah, it's most likely it's going to be
because it's like a Christmas thing at night
Mickey's
that you got to pay.
Christmas
You got to pay extra for.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so
I knew that.
Anyway, I was texting with
Ashley
the other
knew that.
mom. Ashley was planning. She goes, "Oh," I said, "We're leaving during Abigail's nap on Friday." She said, "Us too will be like 7 or 7:30 a.m." I said, "Oh, I meant the next nap." And she was like, "Holy shit." She's like, "We'll be like waving to you as we're leaving the park." She's like, "There's no way."
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like,
so now we're committed.
I was like, I'm glad we have had this discussion.
I don't even know if I can go an hour without looking at my calendar.
So I'm not a Disney fanatic. Okay. Ashley is. And this mom has taken her kids to Disney many a time.
I can make it work.
And she is giving me these text messages and she's like, when you come in, the stroller's got to be folded. You can't get on the tram without the stroller folded. She was like, when you get to the parking lot, the parking people, they want you in the tram and out of their way. So you got to take your kid to the rest stop before you get into the parking lot to change them into their regular clothes and take them out of their PJs. And I'm like, what the fuck is this Disney magic schedule you've got? She's like, stop at all these places. And then she's like, you can't bring in your bottle warmer through security. So have your bottle warmer outside of the bag before you walk in. And I'm like, you're stressing me out, girl. You are stressing me out.
Well,
I'm just
they
gonna
do
show
have,
up.
you know what? Here's the thing. I have been a pass holder for a very long time, but
you've not traveled with an infant.
Never taken an infant.
No, she's got,
or even even under 5.
Yeah, she's got it down pat, and I'm like,
I'm actually intrigued by this thought that someone could be better at the Disney experience than me.
She is right now,
and she definitely. It sounds like it.
Yes.
I am one to. I was on a call last night and I was getting kind of like coached on presentation and just who I am. And,
you were on a call last night?
I was.
I remember that call.
You do. I know. And
I was trying to get my child to sleep. And I was like, where are his offices in the house? First of all, we're in this new fad of like having to go on car rides to get her to fall asleep, to then transfer her into bed. I'm sure many parents can relate. Anyway, I was coming back to the house. She had finally fallen asleep. This was after many attempts. It was late night. And I was like, get off the phone. I'm coming inside. I said, confirm you have seen this message.
I confirmed I saw it.
And he confirmed he saw it, but I walked in and he was still on the phone.
But I did close the door.
Yes, anyway, I'm very aware. You were on a call. Yeah, he closed the door. Anyway. So you were on a call last night getting coached.
Yeah, and well, first of all, your tangent has totally made me forget the point of my story.
That someone could be better at something than you.
Yes, and so it was like, hey, this investor wants to be, feel like a part of this, and you have this thing where if you know something, you just shut them down. And I go,
that person said that to you?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Because I do.
Yeah,
right. Because I know, and I just don't have the time to sit there. Well, here's the thing. My mantra in life, right? If you don't lie, you don't have a good memory. So if I just tell them how it is, I don't have to sit there and be like, did I placate to that person? Like, there's no placation for me. There's no me stroking your ego or anything like that, unless I truly feel that way, because then I'll remember it. Mm-hmm. But I just won't. I just won't do it. And so we came up with some strategies where I could definitely think. And actually, I think at the end of the day, with this particular investor, I'm going to do very well with, because I do value feedback from smart people.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because you also always say that you're not terrible at sales, but you're just not a sales guy. Like, you need someone to be a sales guy. Like, you can build things and you understand the value in things. But I think one of the biggest strengths
of a salesperson, is
salesperson.
just lying through their teeth,
Yes and no.
overselling,
What I think is the biggest
whimsical bullshit.
Sure. No, what I was going to say is that you allow the person you're selling to think that they came up with the idea to use your product as the solution themselves. Like you dig into whatever they're feeling emotionally. You talk them through a process to get them to say what you already know. Like you're very intentionally utilizing your skill set in communication and partially manipulation to bring someone around to this idea that they were like, you know what, this would be a good idea for the business. And I'm the one that's choosing it, because when it's your decision, you feel so much better about it and you're in control and you have the power, and you can't do that. Like you're like, just like you said, you don't have the time. And two, you are the person on the other end that a sales guy can get because you want to believe that it was your idea and that it was. And so
You're right. I'm probably a salesman's dream, but I get pitched for sales for buying things all the time. And the reality is that I guess what we're coming back and what you're saying is like, in this particular case, he's got an idea for, I don't know it because I haven't spoken to him
Right.
yet, but here's what I need to know. I know enough, and here's where I excel. Right, is that I was given enough to have a conversation. And not only did I do that, I mocked up his idea. It's already in design. I've already rough designed it. It's
you'll
in
impress
design.
the shit out of this person.
I will literally have a working prototype. As long as the meeting's next week, next Monday or later, I will have a prototype built into the thing, all to the point of to be like, I heard you, and let me show you how fast and how good we are.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it doesn't come to that or anything along those lines. And I don't think that the idea is bad. It just wouldn't be on my roadmap for like in the short term, right? Like I would look at me like, that sounds great. I really got to focus on AI voice right now. Like that's where the energy is going. And we're getting ready to make a huge, like, we're kind of going into a little bit of a tangent or a full circle or something. But like, what's interesting is like the government closed and there was all this news about the government being closed. Now the government's back open, but you didn't hear this thing like, oh, all this great stuff's happening because the government's back open. Like it's actually been like crickets, I feel like, but we are starting to see some of the ramifications of the government being closed for as long as it was and we've talked about this over the weeks, like people tightening their belts. We're going into the Christmas season. People are like literally like cutting down hours and everything like that. And so we're looking at it. And for the first time in my life, it's kind of like we're getting hit from multiple fronts, right? So we got our bread and butter on our software side. People are scaling back. Now that's good and bad. It's good because if our clients aren't using up our hours, it means that we get to use our hours and we get to do that. I still have to be able to afford to pay everyone, but we're pretty strong actually on the Utilisoft on our software side because our contracts keep going, right? They get billed. And so those are very strong as we move forward. On the other side, 40% of our business in the recent acquisition is if they're not working, we're actually not making anything. And I think that I felt like maybe I didn't take that into account. My overwhelming desire to be a great employer, to be a great company that did something for people, I think overshadowed the feasibility.
Well, the reality,
Or
so
the understanding
for a
of it,
little bit
'cause
of
I hadn't been
context
in
for
that
people who
business
are
yet.
listening that maybe don't know this about the business or haven't listened in years prior, surrounding the Christmas break, which we're coming up to right now, which is a
Yes.
huge portion of this conversation that we're having, is that we shut down for 2 weeks. And we discussed it
Correct.
before too. We have some overseas teams when it comes to the development side of the business that do not have the same holidays as us. And so
Right.
they have a
They
different
take 'em in the
period of
spring.
time. So like the company as a whole is pretty protected in terms of being able to still deliver for clients and our current business
Structure.
and
Yes.
structure. But we've acquired this other company. It's a pure service. It's t-shirt printing, and it is physical labor, like where you can't do it remote from your home. And so, yeah, like being shut down for 2 weeks isn't only really hard because if the production's not happening, then the work's not being done, but it's also like a shock to the system for clients. And you could probably put yourself in a bit of a situation where the business is at stake. Like those orders are at stake because if you're a business where someone needs something right away and they can't find it from you, then they have to find it from someone else. And then you've opened yourself up to someone looking to the competition, having a good experience and continuing with the competition or always using them as a backstop. And that's not what we want at all. And to your point, it's like, we can sit there and say, these people who are working in this business work so hard. Like they are so deserving of a break. I think it's just that we need to think about how, as an employer, we can restructure it where they get to deserve some of the same benefits. It's just in a different format. It's not all at once at the same time. It's not all at the end of the year. You know, it's also been interesting, which we don't need to get into the logistics of it, but you know, you acquire a business, you acquire everything that comes along with it. You acquire their expectations, you acquire, you know, their knowledge of what used to happen in the past. In this case, we did acquire, you know, speaking of time off, like their PTO that they had built up already. Yet
But they had no tracking.
Yet they adopted our new system. So, and then it's like they used to be able to roll it over. Everyone saved time to the end of the year. And
in recent things, everyone who was use it or lose it, I'm rolling them over to next year because we cannot have them gone before.
Anyway, so that was it. We really don't roll over days because it was like, hey, you know, maybe you got a day or two, but at this point it was like, no, we're not going to roll over. We can't. We're giving 2 weeks for Christmas. Like it's, you know, it's too much.
And the thing is, you should plan your vacation. The goal of time is to take time,
right?
And we
want you to take time.
We made a conscious decision that we thought everyone should spend time with their family and go travel for the holidays.
Or not.
Or just hang out, right? But the idea is that to make a company strong enough to where we could give as a gift, it is a gift. Like it's a gift to us. Like my dream is literally to stop and spend Christmas with my family and not think about work.
Well, and so that's part of it, right? Like,
is that even possible?
Not this year, but but what I was going to say is there's a selfishness to this as well. Like, let's be real. I mean, most of the time people do things to make other people feel good, but also because they want to feel good themselves. So it's like, we want to be able to do that, to feel good about what we're allowing other people to do. But there is an aspect where it's like, if it's, you know, September 15th, a random day of the year, and everyone else is in the office, you can't relax because everyone else is in the office.
No,
so if they have a question.
It used to be that way, but I would tell you what, we've gotten everything from, you know, Maria being on her thing. She knows what to do. She needs very little. Robin knows what to do.
But it's anybody. I'm just saying in general in business.
Knows what to do.
Forget our business for a second. I'm just talking about business in general. Like, I agree with you. We have set up a great structure where you can trust those who are working, but it doesn't change the fact that when you're away from work, work continues to happen. And you come back and you're catching up.
I have like FOMO from work probably.
Yeah, like you're sitting here talking about it like you're not checking your phone every 5 seconds. That you're like, no, I'm not like that.
Actually, there's been some times when this is literally the case. You go, did you remember your phone? And I look at you and I smile and I go, I left it behind on purpose.
That's happened once in the last 3 months, and it was literally the other day. Like once.
That's progress.
One time.
That's progress.
Okay. Well, anyway, you know what? We didn't even talk about, speaking of all this Christmas.
What?
The Christmas parade.
Oh, we didn't talk about last week?
That was just this weekend.
Well, the Christmas parade went off without a hitch. We did have code enforcement come and talk. So
this is, I think we talked about how you put up your stanchions. He sets up this whole area. It looked really good. He had a big sign, but we had a bunch of friends and family, you know, come and join us. Abigail stayed up late past her bedtime and loved the parade.
She was a boss.
I know. Everyone there was like, "Oh, are you going to cover her ears?" when all the sirens were playing, and I felt fine about it until everyone was like, "I would do something." Where's her headphones?
Maybe that's why when I'm like, Abigail, she stares.
Stop it. She's fine. It's not even funny. But anyway,
she does that and smiles because she knows she's not paying attention to
code enforcement.
Yeah, she came up. She goes, everything about what you have here, because like literally we had like artificial turf, red carpet, chairs, signage, tables, like everything. She goes, everything is okay here except for by law, you cannot keep access. You can't have the stanchions up. You can't have block access. And I thought to myself, well, that's not true. Like there's stanchions for lines on sidewalks everywhere. There's an entrance. Someone could walk in. Like anyone can walk in. That's where I'm. And we're not on the sidewalk. We're on the
But
road.
I think they're saying it's a barrier. You talked about like the restaurants having tables and stuff, but I do wonder, actually, now that you're
they're all
mentioning
permitted,
but also a lot of them do like those planter boxes
Mm-hmm.
where there's like 4 inches in between. But I wonder if they're like, there's a break in our barrier.
Exactly.
It probably
I had
is
a break
that.
in the barrier. And then I literally told her, she goes, you're fine this year because you're already set up. And I go, so I'll be fine next year when I've already set up? I literally, she looked at me. She's like, yeah, okay. And she just drove off on her little electric scooter.
Oh, that's funny. The parade was good though.
We had a great parade.
Yeah.
But it's caused some turmoil for me because you know how I get with just projects and things and stuff. And so the one thing I noticed this year was we had a lot of organizations, a lot of people dressed up Christmassy with lights and colors and everything, but there just wasn't any Christmas floats, like just floats.
Yeah.
And
he
I thought
wants
to
like,
myself,
create a parade now.
no, literally, I'm not like thinking one float. I'm like, okay, how do we make 10 Christmas floats like on a budget? Because you could have a float with inflatables with lights and the kids would just be like, oh my gosh, look at that. Like that big abominable snowman that we saw. Like imagine that on a float with snow and Rudolph and
The now I feel like you
abominable.
said no.
Abominable. Abominable? Abomination?
No, first of all, we drove by the other day and I was like, is that a Yeti? And then I was like, no, that's the abominable.
Abominable snowman.
The abominable.
Abominable. He's like a Yeti. Yeti man.
How do you say it?
Snow Yeti.
Abominable.
Abominable.
What does abominable mean?
I don't even know. Abominable? What's abominable?
Maria, how do you say it?
Abominable. It's the abominable snowman.
The abominable snowman.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyway, the little dentist clown.
It was from
elf
the movie
pulls his teeth.
Rudolph. The abominable. No. Anyway.
We got to totally watch that. Maybe that should be our Christmas Day decorating
Rudolph,
movie.
the red-nosed reindeer.
Because it's so fun. And the little guy with the pipe comes around the corner. He's like, let me tell you a story about Rudolph.
Yeah.
You know, sorry. Anyways, going all the way back.
You want to make a
government-
parade. Wait, no. First, you want to make a bunch of Where are you going? We were
Sorry.
talking about a Christmas parade, and then you go going all the way. What did you do? Going back, looked at your notes, and just said the first word you saw?
Yeah, that's where we were. I know that's where we pulled the tangent. We pulled a tenant. We're like going in reverse and backwards at the same time.
Oh, because you were talking about how contracts and stuff have slowed, but it's good because it gives us more time
To work on our own stuff.
But also, we've acquired a business. We're shutting down for a couple of weeks, and we're
Right.
trying to figure out how we're going to make it all
Yeah.
work.
And so for the first time, well, we've only been open for 3 years. So for the first time
Four.
in 4 years, every year we tell ourselves, you said this the other day, you're like, next year it'll be like, every year we're just like, it'll be different next year. Like last year our Christmas party was like we had 19 members.
I don't know, but half of it was my family.
And half of it was your family, right? And this time we have 37 like
Real employees.
real employees that are coming and family. So we're like a four times X, and we're in the same space but different section of it. So like, and we have little casino drink tokens coming and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited.
You're spiraling now again into a Christmas party,
Well,
which
look,
is exciting. It's coming up.
Yeah, the Christmas party's coming up. I'm super excited about that. But actually, the point that I wanted to make with you was,
You see,
I really at this point we're at such a tangent. We should just reset and
The
come back
point you wanted to make.
government. That everyone slow down. It's a great opportunity for us to fill the gaps, but it's also Christmas time, and so it just becomes a little bit of a shuffling and stuff. But we're going to be fine, and we're going to get into January. The great thing is that as we get into January, we're going to be strong. We got a lot of new contracts lined up. We're seeing a lot of excitement inside of our Collude project. What's really amazing is that we actually put together the funnel notes, and I actually had this in my notes, which was like the Collude growth. And if you're in sales, and I'm not sales, but I am. I believe we're all in sales.
I agree.
Is seeing like, hey, this is how many people raised their hand. This is how many people did the demo. How many people signed up, and then how many people are paying. And when someone signs up, when they say, "Hey, I'll try you out," we have a 43% conversion to paying customer at that point.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
high.
huge. It's
Yeah.
high. Now we have to get them to that point.
Right,
But
which is hard.
if you look at the trade shows that we did, and we touched, we'll say we touched 4,000 to 5,000 people that were supposedly at the shows, right? The numbers they give you. We had 188 people that raised their hand and they said, I'm interested.
And the numbers they give you in those prospectus of who's at the show, it typically includes vendors. So not
know.
all vendors are potential clients.
So just cut it in half,
Probably
But here's
at
the other
least
thing.
a third.
And
two-thirds.
then, but what's really cool about these numbers and everything is that I was able to figure out that our cost of acquisition for an association is $805. So if our average ticket is $4,200, which is what it is right now, we're about 25% of our first year is the cost of acquiring that company to come in and do that. So I'm pretty excited for 26.
Yeah, it'll be
And
good. But what you were saying a minute ago is like we always do sit there and go, oh, next year. And I think that's just a good reminder in business. You know what? It's no different than like everyone living their everyday life. As you grow as a company, like even though you are gaining more revenue, you're also gaining more expenses to support, the business that you need to have for the revenue. And it's no different than like when you're at home, like if you start to make more money, then you end up increasing your expenses because you're capable of like buying a bigger house or expanding your family and having kids that you need to afford for or whatever it may be. Your expenses go up too. So you always sit there. It's like you might be someone just out of college making like $30,000 and you're like, okay, if I could just make 50, I'd be okay. And the reality is that once you make 50, then your expenses have gone up. It's like this slow roll and it's the
Well,
same.
your quality of life increases.
It does. It does. And so the same exact thing happens in business, right? Is that like, you continue to drive more revenue, but your expenses go up. So we sit here and we go, wow, the company, we have 4 times the amount of people at our Christmas party this year. And we always sit there and go, when we're here, then we'll have made it. But when you get there, there's always the next step. Like there's
Right.
always another, and that's what's exciting is there is always an up. Like
so-
the world is constantly changing, technology is constantly changing. So like even if you figured it out one year, it doesn't mean you're not going to have more to build the next.
And it was really funny because this image was shared with me, and I was having this conversation, and it's called the Trough of Sorrow. And the Trough of Sorrow is funny because you shoot up, you're making money, right? And then you're hiring people, you're buying equipment, you're growing, and you kind of have this dip. And it's not a dip of revenue; it's the dip of profitability and expenses go down.
Well, you have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
So it's like no
And
different
so-
than in the beginning.
And it's like this little, like it's up and down, right?
Yeah.
It is up and down, and you are just in the trough of. We're probably in the trough of sorrow, and
Probably.
and then at some point, like if you think about how much product in our company is in development. Home inspections, Kaloop, Stay Cool, Home Hutch. Like we have some big stuff, right? And we're in the trough of sorrow. Like we are building it, we're getting clients, Chris spends the money. We're getting clients, Chris spends the money, and it just happens. But as these 4 or 5 platforms are all culminating together and they're launching, all of a sudden, we come out of the trough of sorrow.
It's going to happen.
Hopefully by next Christmas.
So everyone can have 2 weeks off.
So everyone could have 2 weeks off.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Speaking of me spending money,
yeah. Oh,
you're opening up a bank account
that you can't have access
that I
to.
can't have access to.
Yes. I was asked the other day if our daughter had her own bank account. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, not yet, actually. And I'm going to open her one, which I didn't even tell you about because I thought you're probably better off not knowing if family or friends wanted to give us money for her that I put into
Why
her
would I
account.
say just put it in her bank account?
He'd be like,
I mean, I
he'd
think
be
money in a
yeah,
bank
we'll
account
just
sounds silly, but
What?
I mean, it'd be silly to be sitting in a bank account. You can put it in the bank account and then it should be invested in the stock market or something that's going to actually give her a return.
Sure.
Her money's not going to grow at 0.02%.
It's just
But
money.
here's the thing I was telling you about.
It's not going to go anywhere either because you don't have access.
I know.
To
I don't have
that
access
was
to
the
it.
joke.
That was the joke. Is
if
that
he had access to the account, one day I'd go in and he'd be like, "Oh, I just borrowed $5,000 from Abigail. She won't mind. It's to invest in her future." And I'm like, "What did you buy?"
She's going to be a Kloop stockholder.
Yeah, exactly.
No, first of all, there's a little bit of truth to that. One, I would never do it, but the thoughts definitely probably would cross my mind. But
Bullshit, you'd never do it.
but
the only
here-
reason we haven't mortgaged our house is because I won't.
No,
let
you're
him.
actually 100% right. I would mortgage everything we had to grow the company, which is really good because I feel that's where you and I really complement each other because
I make sure we still have a home.
I'm
to live
allowed
in.
to burn this place down, right?
The man cave, the garage, and the
no,
business.
just the business.
No.
I can't burn the man cave down. Like it's part of our house and everything. So, but I could literally put this thing up in flames, and you would be like, as long as we have our house, right? And it's so funny because,
By the way, Maria, don't worry, we're not putting the business up in flames. But
right? But the funny thing is that we have these conversations where you sit there and I'm like, yeah, like these people we're waiting for this big. We spent a week or 2 weeks doing this stuff. Like we have clients right now, right? Like we're putting up front work, and I'll share that with you. Be like, hey, we're fronting a bunch of work for these people. They haven't paid us yet, blah, blah, blah. And you're sitting there going, if we have to sell our house, and I'm like, you went from like 0 to 100. Like it was like, you go from like,
you stress me out. I'm like, I don't want to have to sell our house.
it's like, no, we're so far. There are so many things that would go before that.
I know.
But it's so funny that you just go to that. It's kind of like, oh, I really love this house. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I like our Christmas tree.
I like our
we had
Christmas
fun.
tree.
Your nieces came and stayed with us this weekend. And
They did. They did.
They helped me decorate what I consider my sentimental tree. My mom gave me ornaments every year of my life. And so we have a tree downstairs that's specifically just all of the things that I've gotten over the course of time. The one upstairs is themed to fit like the decor of our home.
Yes.
But the one downstairs is hodgepodge.
Upstairs is our department store tree.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's themed.
But it was fun decorating with the girls because they were like opening the boxes and seeing ornaments for the first time that they've never seen. And they're like, oh, I like this one. And it made me like,
That's nice.
it was sweet because now I have my own daughter and I'm like, oh, that is cool because I can look back.
Is she going to
and
get
remember.
her tree? Is she going to get her own tree?
Oh, yeah, she'll have her own tree.
And
for sure.
did we get her an ornament this year?
No.
Oh,
It's not Christmas yet.
We got time. We probably need to do that.
Okay.
I didn't even really think about it, but we probably should.
Well, you know what we can do?
Make one?
No, we can buy ornaments. So when the time comes, she also has a department store tree because we're in charge of her theme for life.
For life?
I mean, like they don't, like every year she gets a different ornament, but we can make sure all the ornaments
Have a theme.
good together.
So that she could actually have the best of both worlds.
Correct.
A themed sentimental tree.
Yeah. This just hit me just now.
Golly. Man,
How good of an idea is that?
that's a pretty good idea.
I know.
I'm digging it.
Okay.
All right, we'll
gotta
see where
find
you,
her
where
an
you take
ornament.
it.
I need to.
Speaking of which, and I want to go back to your bank account, and I'm not sure if people know this. If you had a child in the year 2025, the big beautiful bill that was passed in legislation gives $1,000. It seeds an investment account of $1,000 that is then invested in the S&P 500.
Sounds like a NASCAR race.
Oh, Lord. Speaking of NASCAR, NASCAR is being sued by Michael Jordan for unfair practices. It's going to unravel, I think, the entire team structure. I think we're going to see some huge
Unfair
NASCAR changes.
practices?
Yeah, they like enslave these teams, these groups. It's like a racket. Yeah,
How does Michael Jordan know about it?
because he owns a race team. And he's tired of losing millions of dollars because of the unfair practices of NASCAR.
Because he's not going to treat his team bad.
No, he's just like, I'm in this. We're in it to make money. But you guys they're literally rigging the system.
Michael Jordan, the basketball player,
Yeah.
owns a NASCAR team.
Yeah. He also
Do they race in the
he
S&P
actually also
500?
owns this really big fishing boat, and he like places in these tournaments.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of what the name of that movie was with the shoes that his mom and dad like.
Oh, you mean like the docudrama?
Air. It's called Air.
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 Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. It
that
had
was
like
good.
Ben Affleck in it and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Matt
yeah.
Damon.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie. I don't think it had Ben Affleck, but it did have Matt Damon in it.
One of them.
Matt Damon.
They're like the same.
They're like brothers.
But okay, wait. So the big beautiful bill. I didn't know
Yes.
this until I literally just started talking to you about the bank account.
Now, I don't know how we get that. So that's something that you need to ask and figure out.
At the bank?
No, I don't know.
Or President
I
Trump,
would start
hey,
Googling.
where's my letter for my...
When next time Junior comes by the lake house, then we'll
No kidding.
we'll find out what's going on.
No.
And not only that, but Michael Dell has pledged like $250 for everyone who's opened up an account.
Okay. I'm about to ask a really silly question. Do you know what it's going to be?
Who's Michael Dell?
If you want to talk about who Michael Dell is for our listeners, that'd be great.
Dell Computers.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Dell.
Dell.
So it's 2 L's in his last name.
Yeah. It starts with a D. E-double-L.
Okay. And he's different than...
His friends call him Mike.
And Bill Gates... Do they?
No, I don't know.
Well, some people don't like names for
Mike
short.
Dell.
Mike Dell. Okay, so he's giving away
Like $250.
to every child's account only that was born in 2025. Now, is it
Look,
something
there might be
that's
some
going to
other-
exist?
It was like in support of this thing being passed.
Is
and
it
then
going to
Michael
exist
Dell,
from here on out?
I don't know because it has to be appropriated every year. But
So,
the
like,
idea-
Abigail got lucky because she was in the
She
year
did.
that it did get
But
appropriated.
think about it like this, right? Like right now, there are people that are retired. Like Social Security's in. We can all argue it's in bad shape, right? And the idea is like we're putting all this money and giving it to these people. The government is giving people, old people, money at the end of life when they need it the most. When all they really need to do is give them a little bit of money when they're born, and then let it compound interest for 80 years. Mm-hmm. And then you have money. Like, whoa, what a concept.
So that because we were talking about it in these bank accounts that they're opening, where it's $1,000 to start.
Yeah.
There's friends and family that can add money to those accounts
Yes.
up to $5,000 a year. So
year,
I said it
yes.
kind of sounds like an IRA.
Yeah. And you and
But
I
when
have talked
can they?
about.
Because just like an IRA, there's all these criteria you have to meet or not meet in order to take money out. So these accounts.
we just don't need to worry about that right now.
What are you
We just put money in it. Yeah, they can't take it out for years.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
know
what's the
rules.
rule?
I don't know the rules.
If it's meant to be like a Social Security, wouldn't you say like you can't touch it until you're 62 or whatever
I don't-
the age is?
Yeah, I don't know if it's specifically designed to replace, but here's the thing. They can't touch it for probably 18 years anyway, so you have 18 years to figure it out. And be like, hey, by the way, these accounts that we created for all you guys that you put money in, there's actually
Right. Because that's what even opening a bank account.
I do think they're retirement accounts. But again, I didn't spend much time on
Well,
it.
until Abigail is at 18, this is a custodial account for her. So I'm on it.
No, on those retirement accounts.
No,
it's
no,
them
not
with
the
their social-
retire-
Our bank account that you and I are custodial.
So this is
for,
only for them.
This is only for them.
Like they might not be able to touch it, but it's still only in their name. It's not even like a parent is co-signed onto it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very
We should
interesting.
write the software for that program. That'd be amazing. Just build a big financial platform and stuff.
We're available.
So,
Whoever's doing it.
We've been consuming a lot of news here lately, and then you saw recently in the news or in some of your trash TV articles that you're watching, the P Diddy.
Okay,
video.
well, so no, I saw. It's just very interesting, and I don't know enough, and I kind of I need to watch it now to learn
the way
more.
it started, because we did start watching it last night before. I don't know what happened, but I think I fell asleep or something.
You always fall asleep
But
watching TV.
the you were like, it's like this hit piece, like to make the one guy look, P Diddy look bad, and 50 Cent, who has like a grudge against him, was the one that was kind of
Which I
doing
don't
it.
really know if he has a grudge against him, but I think it came out and it was like 50 Cent is like the producer. And apparently he was in some interview where they asked him a question about it and he just had this huge like smile on his face that it was kind of just
Right.
like, this is the, and
But I thought it was pretty interesting.
people are posting all over the place saying like, this is the type of revenge like that I like
Ultimate
to see.
revenge.
Yeah. Like it truly was like the ultimate. Now I don't know enough because we started an episode last night, but we didn't get through it.
Can we like pick it up from the beginning?
Sure.
I think you guys. I think. Did I say beginning?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant the middle.
We should just pick
pick it up.
But can we pick it up? No, what I meant to say was, can we start over? But I think you might have fell asleep too.
No, I don't know. But anyway.
You were tired.
I was tired. But what I was going to say is there's all this stuff too about like how this is uncovering what really happens to Tupac and Biggie.
Right. That's what you said. And that's why I was like wide awake and I was like, let's do this. Like,
yeah. He was like, let's do it.
We really got to start. Like, if we have dinner.
Watching a TV show at 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Matter of fact, the company's giving us 2 weeks off.
We might be
binging. We might be binging some trash
literally.
TV during the break.
I know. We're going to have to figure out what to do with our time. But the reality is that my sister is coming to town with my niece and her husband, because they are officially married now, which is super exciting. Oh, all the pictures are coming back from
Bree's wedding.
Bree's wedding and my sister's. And what were you going to say about the photos? They look great.
I've only seen a handful right now. I haven't had time to really sit and enjoy myself and flip through them. But what you've sent me and what I've seen is on Facebook and stuff is really nice.
Yeah. So what's interesting is like, my sister just did this small little courthouse wedding before they do the
Photographer
big thing.
was more than the catering bill.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just no water in the studio.
You need water?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're like repositioning yourself and everything. No, what I was going to say is you could only have a certain number of people in the courtroom with you. And so in order to get everybody that we wanted, we said that my sister's husband's sister was the photographer. So anyway, she has like an old Canon camera and she brought it and she said the whole time, she was like, by the way, you guys, I don't know how to work this thing. She's like, I haven't touched it in like 5 years.
Played dress up.
Yeah, it was fun. And so, but while we were there, you see this big camera. It feels like you're with a professional photographer. So we're all kind of moving aside. And we're
Was the lens big too?
Yeah, we're like, let her take the pictures, like the nice pictures with the nice camera. And I think what's amazing these days, because I was using my iPhone too. I was like, hey, but we all kept saying, we're like, I bet the iPhone takes better pictures anyway.
It does.
The quality and everything, but what it can do, like to sit there and think, unless you're a professional photographer, but even if you're a professional, to be able to get like the late night shots with sparklers, or where my sister was, it was dark outside.
Yeah.
Lights on in a city.
Were there sparkler pictures?
Lights on inside. There were. And then lights on inside. But it's like you take this picture and it's like either the person's like completely blown out and it's pitch black behind you, or the person's completely shaded and the town's lit up behind you. But like the iPhone's amazing. Like it's like the town's lit up, the people you can see. It's the perfect lighting in the room.
It's got 3 lenses on it. That's the difference.
3 lenses, but
Canon
also
still
it's
has
like
one. It's
so
doing everything
freaking
digital.
smart. Like you'd sit there on a camera and you like move the aperture to be just right, or try to get the lighting or the tones.
And the phone just does it.
And the phone not only just does it, but then when you want to edit it, you can edit like 15
because it's
things.
got all the data in there from the picture from all 3 cameras, so it can go in and adjust.
It's like
layers.
change the shadow, change that. Like it's absolutely incredible. And
That's why robots are taking over the world.
well, I mean, iPhones are certainly going to take over photographers. No, we should not talk about robots taking over the world. You like we went to the lake the other day, and I leave him alone with our neighbors for 3 seconds, and then he's like, "Oh, he's talking to us all about AI and how the robots are going to take over the world." And I'm like, "I bet he was."
So there's actually this new robot,
And here we go.
and we might have to put a deposit down on one for the office.
No,
It's a humanoid robot. It is the first home robot. It's $20,000, $200 deposit, so just 1% down.
You know who can help you with that deposit?
No, I'm going to get a massage.
Oh, I was going to say Abigail's bank account. Yeah, you got an early birthday present.
Oh, I know. I got an early birthday present. I'm going to get a massage.
Good for you.
Because you know why? Right now, I am so busy. I would not take the time. And I'm using, my money, my discretionary spending. I'm buying presents for people. I just wouldn't spend it on myself.
Yeah, but we were talking back to this robot because we don't need to hear
back
more
to the
about
robot.
your massage
Like,
that I'm not getting.
The vision for our company is that robots were going to do a lot of work, and we're building the infrastructure to support that. And so, literally, I feel like that's like like if someone come in here and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to invest," I'm like, "Yeah, meet Randy."
Randy.
Randy's like, he's got.
I used to know an Uncle Randy. He was a very hard worker.
And that's why these robots are hardworking.
Yeah. But you were talking about how the robot that mows your lawn would have to be different from your inside robot because they'd get dirty.
Yeah, there's a
don't think a
degree of
robot
wear
would
and
have, like,
tear
a
maintenance.
self-cleaning
No,
mechanism?
think about the things in your house that just get a lot of wear and tear and break. And I think
The
that
carpet between the foyer and the upstairs.
is disgusting. Yeah, it needs to be vacuumed and cleaned. I just replaced the battery on the vacuum, the Dyson.
Oh my gosh. Decorating for Christmas, pine needles everywhere, and the vacuum's broken. It's
And the
like
vacuum
this
is broken. It's
There's
like,
like
oh.
fake tree snow everywhere. I put my shoes on the other day and stood up, and you were like, "You got a lot of white shit on your pants." And I'm like, "That's
I was like, what is
fake
that?
snow."
I thought it was paint. It's like speckled white. She's like, oh, it's fake snow. I'm like, oh.
I had to think about it.
But the thing is, like, these robots are going to have different skill sets and be part of someone. So instead of having one robot in your house, which I think people will be like, oh, this robot, it'll do a lot of tasks, might wash dishes and stuff. But that's kind of your everyday task. But I think if I'm coming over to clean your gutters, your home robot's not going to go out and clean your gutters. It's not going to go grab a ladder. It is not doesn't really know that. It's going to get junk all in its hands. How does it clean its hands? I feel like there's robots that are just like we build custom robots for different utility. We're gonna have like the gutter cleaning thing, the gutter carrying guy. Like imagine pouring
I am
concrete.
surprised. Like a Roomba's existed for years, but there's nothing that like just mows the lawn.
There are little robots that do it, but the problem is that it's like. It's
But
good.
just like a Roomba, it runs into things or it goes over the carpet.
First of all, a Roomba is so dumb for how many years they've had to make something awesome. It still like maps out the floor based off of where it's going. It doesn't have like it. To me, a Roomba should be like a Tesla. Like it just sees everything. And it's like, oh, trash over there. You know, goes and vacuums it up.
Okay, by the way, you're calling it dumb. You bought two of them, and I don't think they've ever been on.
Okay. First of all,
Ever.
I bought.
He said the other day we're at the lake, and he's like, "When we change the floors in here, this Roomba is going to work great." And I'm like, "The
Because it'll be
Roomba."
smooth floors.
You've literally never turned it on.
But okay, so there's a story behind and the reason why. Okay. I'm not even sure I should talk about it at the podcast, but I ordered one Roomba for the office. It said it was delivered by Amazon.
Oh, you got an extra one for free.
I did. And they sent a picture of it and it wasn't there. It just wasn't there.
And then they both came.
Right. So I put a
it
thing
gets lost in
in.
the mail. Amazon would do that anyway.
Right. Well, anyway, they ended up saying, well, how do you want this? I go, I just want the Roomba. Well, it ends up that they
Instead of a
put the
refund.
Roomba,
In another box.
they put it in the courtyard with the fountain. And they just left it for everyone. So I couldn't find it for days. Couldn't find it for days.
Right.
Then I found it, but the other one had already come.
already come. Mm-hmm.
And I
Well,
was
and
like,
even if you were to say, like, hey, I'm giving it back, that's not as bad as the one year I got you your tire air compressor thing.
yeah.
And I was.
Is that dishonest?
It's not super honest, but I wouldn't call it dishonest either because you genuinely, in the beginning.
I genuinely,
Yeah.
that package was missing for almost a week.
Look, is there someone who might have like bigger morals than us? Maybe, but this is very similar to the situation that happened with me where I had gotten you a gift. I was smuggling all gifts away and hiding them in a box, and it came late night one night, and it must have been like packaged in with something else that I thought it was that had delivered that day. So I put everything in the corner, and then I realized like weeks went by, I hadn't wrapped presents yet, everything had been hidden for a long time, and I went through the box but didn't see it. So I said, like, hey, this says it delivered. It never came. So they sent me another one. It's like must have been lost in transit. There was no picture of it like being delivered.
Right. I didn't have a picture of it being
and
delivered.
so I was like, it must not have come. And I was 100% genuine, did not think it came. And it wasn't until both of them were there, I smuggled the other one away, still didn't know. And then went to like do a full wrap of your gifts one day. And then I was like, oh my God, there's two of these here. And I just couldn't believe it.
What happened to it?
Did we give it to my dad?
No,
Maybe I did. Maybe I was good about it. Maybe I did give one back.
you probably did. You're a better person than me.
Or maybe we put it in the pile to like gift to other people. I think
No.
we gave it to somebody.
The nice one that I have, the DeWalt,
Yeah, there's two of those.
no way. There's another one in the house.
I think so.
We should put it in your car
Okay.
if you can find it.
Or maybe I was a good person and
I think you're a good person because one, you're the queen of
I am.
of clutter.
I am.
And so you do not
But
allow
two of
it.
those you
And
would
if
have
you had
liked.
two of them, you would not have let that stay around. You would have been like, hey, this needs to go somewhere. It needs to go. I don't care where it goes. It's got to go.
Oh.
Oh, you know where it went. Who to go to? Oh, you know now. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I can't discuss it.
Are you serious?
What? Well, I'm podcast there.
All right, we got to end the podcast so that I can understand where this thing went. We're actually out of time anyway.
Yeah,
so.
thank you
We got one more
guys.
week before Christmas break. We're going to try to knock as much work out as we possibly can. We're going to try to raise as much money as we can and sell and collect money as much as we can.
Thanks.
Until then, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.